She's gonna be vulnerable, but don't try to make her become somebody else. When you all are trying to become one, there are some things that both of you are going to have to adjust to. She's going to come around to getting those finances together, getting the car, getting everything that she needs. But the thing is by you all moving together, right there, your finances improve because you have one less bill for wherever you live. When you all consolidate that, one less power bill, one less water bill, and your grocery bill will go down because a lot of times when you buy groceries or eat, you have more than enough food that can cover one person. So right there, your finances are going to change. Right there, her finances are going to change. A lot of things that she have outstanding, you all will get it together. Now, if she wants to take a trip to Ireland, she should take that trip because she's going to be pregnant soon enough. Because she already told you to get rid of the condoms. So we already knew you all were having sex, even if when you were saying you weren't. We already knew you because she was like, that's how you get babies. So, and I don't have a problem with that. You're married. And you don't care if I have a problem with it or not. But the thing is she needs her hurrah. You all do your finances, but you got to have some travel time. What's the point of money when you're too old and tired to travel? Because every person that has money or saves don't always, when they think it's an opportune time to travel, when we retire, why wouldn't you want to travel when you're young, when you're strong, when you can look good in the pictures, when you can look good in the clothes that you can buy? Like a lady told me one time when I was telling her I was trying to make sure, I saved some money. She was like, well, that's good and fine, but make sure you buy some of these pretty little dresses while you're young and look pretty in them. Because once you get old, you're not going to look cute in those. People are going to think you're crazy. So I say, while she's fine and she's working hard on her body, and y'all look good, take some trips. Buy some clothes. You ain't gotta, nobody's gonna spend all that money. You all don't need any more furniture right now. It's so many things that people put money into that you all don't need. So that's something that you can save. And in addition to, do a few little small trips. Because life can get boring. Marriage can get boring. So you're going to need to find some things to kind of keep you entertained. As one of my friend's mom said, when she and her husband used to take a trip, she used to have the same swimsuit. And he told her, he said, look, you need to buy a new swimsuit because people are going to think you're on the same trip. Because you don't ever change your swimsuit. This is a man telling the lady, buy something new. Don't keep the same thing. You're going to need new underwear. You're going to need a few new outfits. And for no other reason, so that people can see that you're on a different trip. And two, speaking of that, Merla poses in her pictures for her trips. And I'm like, well, as somebody else told me about that. If you don't take a picture of yourself on your trips, then it's a postcard. So take a picture to show that you were there. Not just that you know how to take a good picture or somebody else knows how to take a good picture. That's why they invented selfies. So if nobody else is there with you to witness that you were there or something happened, you can turn around and do. So people will know. You don't have to write that I was here. People will know. That's what a selfie does. And take a picture of yourself when you take your trips. And buy a new swimsuit sometimes so it won't look like you went to a pool in the same outfit. People ain't going to believe you. I've seen some pictures of people telling me that they've done stuff and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. Look like they just went on any backdrop in any hotel on this clear wall and took a picture and trying to say, oh, I went to Vegas on a plain white wall. I'm just saying. People, it's not as complicated as you all making it. But Jose, you're going to have to let go of some of that money because you all are going to need some experiences just because 19 years. And I'm not just saying in 19 years it gets boring after 1 year, 2 year, 3. I'm just saying no one parties all the time. Even club owners take nights off. Even performers have to take nights off. Now let me just tell you though, you performers, when you all out and you got known for a song, when you come to a concert in Birmingham, Alabama, or in Atlanta, when I'm near Chastain Park or wherever, sing the songs that I helped pay for, that made you help people know who you are. Don't go trying to sing other folks' songs. Oh, I can call some of y'all out. My husband and I, we were just talking about that today, how we've gone to concerts. Oh, I want to call some of them out because we just went to a concert and I want to tell y'all who the people were on there so y'all can know. Some of those people were not singing their songs. All I'm going to say is Peabo Bryson has so many hits, he couldn't possibly let other people sing and he sing all his hits. He has so many hits. So he had to do a medley of song. And, I mean, but hey, it was great. It was great. Glenn Jones, great. Real down and great. You could have sung some more of your songs. Najee, you could have done some more of your songs. I'm just saying. Okay. With Johnny and Bow. Johnny. Okay, I knew that you being at your age, the reason why you and all the rest of your compadres on this show aren't married is because y'all think y'all perfect and y'all looking for somebody who knows how to read y'all mind perfectly. There's no one that exists. The reason I'm saying this is, okay, when he was giving the examples that he said was turning him off about Bow, and she was thinking she was giving him her best, he was saying was not good enough. When he was saying she was acting like a child, the examples that he gave to me were not substantial enough. They were examples that in that situation deemed it. Like, for instance, I'm trying to remember all of them, but I can't remember when they were on a hammock. Okay, she was joking. She was trying to joke when you all were kissing and she started laughing, like I said in the last video. I feel that she was laughing because, not being childlike, but because they were kissing. Johnny's kiss was going to a place that was going to take her to a place that it wasn't that she wasn't willing to go, but there were cameras in the room. Y'all, cameraman, y'all gotta learn to get out of the room, because they are trying to get it on. How y'all gotta be all up in the people's bedrooms? All up in, when you see them start kissing, come on now, Johnny seemed like he got some moves. Let him get in the moves. Johnny, you can't hold that against her. Like I said in the last video, she cannot be doing softcore porn, even though she's married, and her parents are probably watching, and friends, and people who are gonna judge. You, cameraman, get out the room. She did it the second time. And I felt bad for her because she's secretly in love with Johnny. And the blessing that she got to have the guy she crushes on end up being her husband. And she's ready to get it on. He the one got the pillow for it. Johnny, I love a good pillow for it. But when my husband gets home at night, because he works night shift and he gets home about 11, I have to give up a pillow in the middle. Now, he says that I do the split in the center and stuff sometimes. He did that stuff too. So it wasn't just me. But I do have a pillow for it. And I do have a lot of pillows on my bed. And I just bought another one. Sure did. Sure enough. And it's comfortable too. Is it comfortable? Yep, it's comfortable. Is there anybody else I didn't talk about? Oh, Ryan and Brett. You know why I don't talk about Ryan and Brett and it seems like I forget them? Because I don't feel like they have any problems. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm just saying that I think that, like she says, she's crushing on him. And I think he is on her too. I think he feels like out of all the people he's ever picked, he did well in not choosing her and letting the doctors choose her. I think that if he'll understand that the fears she has as a woman, he as a man, is his job to soothe those fears. Whether it's flying, whether it's her worrying about if their dogs are going to be compatible, whether she's scared of the manatee. I was too. I was too. What are you talking about? The deer in the room. I don't even like having pictures up in my room because I feel like they're watching me if my husband and I are doing anything, or if I'm walking around the room naked. I had a friend who was in a TV commercial, and if his commercial came on and I wasn't dressed, I pulled stuff up to cover myself up. Well, because this guy and we kind of had an affection for each other, and you know, if we were ready to get married, we probably could have, would have, should have, maybe, I don't know. But we never had seen each other in that way or kissed or anything like that. So anyway, just funny thing. But I think if Ryan realizes his position as a man and honors his position as a man, then Brett is going to be, she's going to be the woman that she's going to be. If they even have different political views, I feel like there's a way they can separate that, because she's a teacher, so we think we know what her views are, even though everybody should love a teacher. Not all people do. And if he's an old man or whatever he does, we understand his position. But I think he will understand her position. I don't quite know if I remember to understand if he was saying he thinks that having different political beliefs are a good or bad thing, but their position based on their jobs will have them associated with different parties. And all I can say to them is, don't take it politically, because love doesn't have to be political. So just maybe, because all your friends are not going to be the same. You'll be surprised at who's what. My husband, he always would say to me, I got to come make sure that you're filling out the right ticket when you vote, because he says that I say I'm one thing, but my language says that I am of another political party. And I laugh at him, because he's telling the truth. I might not be a typical person of my party, but the thing I always say is, a lot of people lie about their beliefs and they vote in a different way. I believe what I believe, and certain things, it's not dealing with politics. I believe in those things because I don't believe that certain parties know Jesus more than the other party, or followers of anything, like how it just happened in the news the other day, you know, with Texas and the abortion rights, and the comment that Biden made about it needing to be changed or something, referencing that. People were saying, oh, but you're a Catholic, that's against your religious belief. Well, see, that's why they said that they don't normally elect Catholics. That was the problem with John F. Kennedy. But now that he's not bringing that up about his religious belief, and then other people are, okay, why can't you just let him be president? Let him be president and say what is probably what he thinks is good for the people. Personally, I'm not going to give an opinion on YouTube about how I feel about that under this forum. I may under another one, but I won't under this one. And the reason is not a fear of anything, but just a thing to say. There are so many other things that need to be talked about, because whether you are or not for abortion, you got to consider how your feelings are as far as teaching maybe abstinence, use of birth control, maturity, a whole lot of other things that people should consider before having children. And then two, how children are going to be taken care of, whether if you keep them, or if you don't want to help keep them, should you go and let people get rid of them, or adoption, or it's just so many options, so many things to weigh. And for me to say anything, I would prefer to have it in a forum where I can address a whole lot more of the variables versus one blanket statement of what my belief is. But just going back to the idea of being married and making a marriage work. Okay, you all think they're getting into the real. They're not getting into the real. Real is when you start driving. And these people are saying they are both from Houston. Well, when you get in a car and he drives to a place that you would drive to, but he takes a different route. Oh, it'll be some arguments. That's one. They need to have a list of things and trials and tribulations. They should have a show like that, 90 Days Stateside, where you're not going for the green card, but just can you be married after you do this? Like, okay, have them drive together. Have them read a map or GPS, following directions together. Cooking in the kitchen together. Can you do that? Can you all really brush teeth with one sink? Not two, one sink. Getting up in the morning, going to work. Getting ready to go to church. Can you be on time? Can you get children dressed together and out the car? Who's going to wash dishes? Because I'm going to tell you something. These guys say they've been single, but guess what? At the end of the night, who they going to think going to wash those dishes? And if Jose, as much as he said he liked washing dishes, and Rachel saying that she likes to use a dishwasher. Sorry about that. Is he going to get mad when she puts them in a dishwasher? Because they're not clean enough? But then if she doesn't want to hand wash them, is he going to hand wash them without giving her sideways look? Oh, you the lady. Oh, I make more money than you. Oh, this is my house. Oh, I can put you out. See, this is when you're going into the real deal of being married. And is it going to work? Is it going to last? This stuff that you all might be trying to look and do check marks. Is it check? Yes. Is it wrong? This y'all ain't made it nowhere yet. No. Yeah. 19 years is what I got. And sometimes it seems like I'm starting over at day one. And I'm not saying I'm Miss Wonderful. Because sometimes I wonder how my husband stayed with me. Oh, I'm a snorer. I snore like my daddy. And I was the child who, when my daddy snored, I used to tell people I was scared to look under the bed because I thought it was a little baby tiger or something living under there. It's my daddy snoring. So, and I snore like him. Like, they can hear me in the next room. Lord, if my children have sleepovers, I just try to close the door. Y'all, let's close all the doors. And then my baby, she snored too. And sometimes they thinking it's me because it's twice as much. No, it's two of us snoring. But, oh Lord, it was embarrassing when we were at church and everybody was praying and my baby was sleeping. She was snoring. But anyway, it's all right. So, Bow, I understand what you're saying. I have felt bad about that, thinking, not wanting to have sleepovers when I went to college, when I was in the military, and you staying in those bunk beds, and, oh my God, you get it bad. People hate you for snoring. People give you a hard time about it. And my husband, when we first got married, he used to bump me all the time. So now I have sleeping issues because of snoring. I mean, it's like I can hear myself now and wake up because I'm trying not to snore. It's a thing. It's a thing. I can understand everything that you're saying about that. It's a thing. But the thing is you got to find a place where you can laugh at it. And like I said, life can be boring. And now in another video, I'm not going to probably take the time to do it now. But as we go along, I'll add to it to say things you can do that can make a marriage less mundane. Because after a certain point, it's just like life. There are going to be certain points where you're getting up in the morning, you're getting ready for work, you're going to work, you work a long day, you got to get something to eat, you got to try to get something with your spouse that you both like. You're going to have to start working those things out. How are you going to keep the house clean? Clean up by yourself. That's all you really got to do. But it doesn't always happen that way. And my husband's clean. I'm not saying that. We both very, very neat. So, but sometimes we're on different shifts. Let's just put it that. That's about the best way to say it. We're on different shifts. So we have to try to work it out to make sure things get done. Like the things that are mutual, like in the kitchen, keeping it clean. And see, we've always had children here because when we got married, he had teenagers that moved in with us because their mom had passed. I told you all that. Their mom had passed and he was raising them, and they had been together 5 years together without her when I came in the picture. So that was something there. But in this situation, the people don't have children that they have to worry about. So, and they don't have to worry about anybody else outside influence on the inside. I didn't get that feeling because by the time the boys got old enough where they were gone, we were having children together. So you all have that you don't have to worry about. But don't let little things become big things that aren't worth divorcing over. Because if you're going to divorce over those little things that you all talked about in the pre-shows, then you'll never marry anybody. Because people will get on every nerve you got. And you got different kind of people. Some people like to party. Like, they're going to have that issue where Rachel seems to want to go out. Jose doesn't. Gil doesn't mind going out salsa dancing. Mirla doesn't. They probably should have put them together, Mirla and Jose. But Mirla wanted somebody tall, dark, and handsome. She got that. But she wanted somebody with hair. He doesn't have that. Jose does have hair. So sometimes the reason why these things don't work out is the people these doctors pick. I watched the show from the beginning, and I'm going to tell you this. I stopped watching it because I didn't like the way the doctors, out of all the people they picked, and I know they said, well, we couldn't find everything in one person. But some of the stuff that they choose to select, I think they're being too surface level, and they couldn't go down a little bit. Yeah, maybe Merle shouldn't worry about somebody with hair, because Gil is fine. Excuse me. And I haven't been able to check the follicles in the top of his hair to see if he can grow hair, because they don't ever show it close enough where I can see. And normally I can tell. So he might be able to grow hair and just cut it off. But some of the things that the doctors pick out, I'm like, they were supposed to be smart enough to see some of this stuff isn't going to work the way that they're choosing. And I heard a lot about last season. I didn't watch it. So that's what made me go on and start back watching it this season. But I didn't get mad at the people. I was getting mad at what the doctors and the professionals, the experts, had done. And they're trying to make these people work. And they know that these people aren't going to work. Maybe they'll say, we did the best we could. You all are supposed to be more professional to know a lot better. Some of these people, y'all knew better. Maybe y'all will have one of those shows where they get everybody together, almost like The Bachelors in Paradise, and maybe some of the other couples can get together with somebody else. And y'all know even one of the doctors ended up with one of the people. See, I'm telling you. And before I even knew that, I just knew that and watching stuff from this show getting ready to come on. But I'm just saying, these experts, y'all make me wonder. Y'all make me wonder. But all the same, hopefully I didn't get too serious on you. But I'm just trying to say, this is a good concept, but marriage is nothing to be played with. It's nothing to be played with. And they really should consider doing that show where they have to go through obstacles to see if they're really prepared for marriage. Because a lot of stuff these people said before they got married, the stuff that they said that they weren't going to change, you're going to have to change if you're a separate person and you're supposed to become one with another person, you're gonna have to change. Like I said I was gonna stop, but I have to keep on going for just a moment. Certain things I wouldn't eat or drink before I got married to my husband, where now I will. And then there are certain things that he said he would never eat, never had eaten, and he's changed and he loved it. One example, just a simple example. He said he didn't like fried okra. He think okra slimy. He won't let me finish eating okra without him wanting some. Now, I'm not saying I'm a better cook than his mom, because his mom is a really good cook. I'm just saying, certain things that you think you would not eat, you will. Because another person may do it differently. Like, for instance, it was 5 years into the marriage, and he was telling me that his mom had to cook his spaghetti a certain way for him versus all her other children, and she had 9 children, and she had to cook his spaghetti differently. And I was like, well, what does she have to do for yours? He said she had to just put his spaghetti on the plate and then put the meat and sauce on top of it. And I was like, well, how's she doing it for the other? Oh, she was mixing it up together and then serving it to him. And it was just funny because he never complained about how I did mine, because I always served mine with the spaghetti and then you put the meat and the sauce on top. So I was doing it naturally how he liked. And so it was never a complaint, but it's just one of those things you don't know about a person until something comes up that you're going to find out. You're always going to find something out. Some things are going to be good, some things are going to be worse, some things are small things